The World Championships in volleyball is a big deal. It only happens once every 4 years. It is considered the second most important tournament after the Olympics. I thought it'd be a cool idea to share some of my thoughts and predictions about the tournament, so that you guys can laugh at me about them later. Despite my unenthusiasm for the format, I'm actually really excited for this tournament. We have 18 of the world's best teams, and 6 kind of random ones, battling it out to see who can be the world's best volleyball nation. In the rest of this video, I'll break down each pool, make my prediction of the 4 teams that are going to make it through in that pool, and then at the end, give my kind of final predictions of who the medalists are going to be in this tournament. First up is Pool A. This is actually the pool that I'm looking forward to watching the most. There's 5 teams that are relatively even, and the Dominican Republic. Out of all of them though, I think Italy has the best chance of winning. There are some question marks whether Osmani Wantarena and Ivan Zaitsev and Filippo Lanza can all get along like a happy family and pull together in front of their home crowd. There will be a lot of pressure on them though. The Italian volleyball fans can get pretty wild sometimes. My prediction for placement in this pool is 1st Italy, 2nd Slovenia, 3rd Argentina, 4th Belgium. And those are the 4 teams I think are going to go through. Then I have Japan at 5th and the Dominican Republic in 6th. Slovenia is back after they kind of got snubbed at Nations League, really should have been in that tournament. And their A team hasn't played all summer, so they've got a lot of rest. Watch out for them. Argentina gets back one of the best setters in the world, and as some of you have argued, the best, Luciano Di Cecco, so that'll really help their offense, which struggled at times during the Nations League. Belgium is another team that really should have been competing in Nations League. Sam Daru, Thomas Rousseau, Peter Verhees, Simon van de Voort, they've got a great team. And they're going to be a tough matchup even though I put them at 4th in this pool. Same with Japan. They're getting Yuki Ishikawa back, who's one of their most important players and a huge part of their offense. Even though they're at 5th, they probably would have made it through in a different pool, especially maybe like Pool C or something. It's going to be unfortunate whichever team in this pool gets knocked out in the first round. In the Dominican Republic, kudos to them for making the tournament for the first time since 1979, but I'd be very surprised if they managed to win even one match in this pool. Pool B has a lot of strong contenders, and a pool I'll be watching a lot because of my darling Team Canada is playing in it. My rankings for Pool B are number 1 France, number 2 Brazil, number 3 Canada, number 4 Netherlands, number 5 China, and number 6 Egypt. France got news that Irvin Engapet might be missing the pool stage, or at least part of it, but they have lots of other outside hitting talent, so it shouldn't really matter too much. They should still easily finish at the top of this pool. Brazil actually might have challenged them, but they're missing both their starting outside hitters in Ricardo Lucarelli and Mauricio Borges. Canada's getting a couple key players back, which means they could pose a threat as well. Gord Perrin and Siobhan Vernon Evans are both going to play in the World Championships after missing the Nations League with injuries. The Netherlands have their superstar opposite Namir Abdelaziz, who was ready to set records in the Italian Super League last season and is a big contender to lead this entire tournament in scoring. China is not the worst team. They put up a bit of a fight and won a few games of the Nations League, but they really don't have the firepower to compete with the other teams in this pool, except for Egypt. If you thought Pool B was top heavy, wait till you listen to Pool C. I have Russia number 1, USA number 2, Serbia number 3, Australia number 4, Cameroon number 5, and Tunisia number 6. Honestly, I just don't understand how anyone's going to beat Russia. They destroyed everyone in the Nations League, and they're getting back Alexander Butko and Alexei Verbov, which shores up 2 of their biggest weaknesses in that tournament. If there's anyone who can maybe have a chance against them though, it's the USA. They raised a few eyebrows when they brought a 5 middles on a 14-man roster, and they're missing Thomas Jayski and TJ DeFalco on the outsides, but they're still a great team, led by a few great players. Their best lineup is one of the best in the world. They're going to be a contender for sure. Serbia has the return of Nemanja Petric to help them out on the outsides. That was a big issue for them during the Nations League. But, as we've seen, they're very inconsistent week to week, so I don't have too much faith in them. Australia is a very young team, and they're missing some of their top players like Thomas Edgar, who doesn't really play with the national team anymore. But they can surprise a few people. They had a few really gutty wins at Nations League. They'll be a fun team to watch and could potentially take a match over the 3 teams ahead of them. Know who won't take a match off the top 3 teams in this pool though? You guessed it, it's Cameroon and Tunisia. Pool D is the weakest pool in my opinion. Nevertheless, these are the rankings for Pool D. Number 1, Poland. Number 2, Iran. Number 3, Bulgaria. Number 4, Cuba. Number 5, Puerto Rico. And number 6, Finland. Poland has been looking really good recently, especially at the beginning of Nations League when they had Mikhail Kubiak. And recent friendlies against Russia, Canada, France, and Belgium. They have a really solid, deep team that can start a bunch of different players to rest their top performers. They're definitely a contender in this tournament. Iran and Bulgaria are pretty good, but I don't think they're among the elite teams and probably would have been 4th place in pools B or C. And Bulgaria is really going to miss having Svet and Sokolov play at home. I give Cuba the benefit of the doubt because they always place well in Norsica, and I'm sure they have some young, amazing players that are ready to prove to the world how good they are. Puerto Rico was the recent winners of the Pan American Cup. They have amazing opposite hitter Maurice Torres and a couple of great setters as well. They could definitely take a game off 3 of the teams above them. Same with Finland. This pool is actually pretty deep. I think the bottom 3 teams in this pool are mostly at the same level. So there's my breakdown of all the pools. Hope you learned at least something from that. And now I'm going to give you my predictions for the final 6. The teams that I think we'll see at the finals are Russia, France, USA, Italy, Canada, and Poland, in no particular order. Sorry Brazil and Serbia, but you're too injury prone and inconsistent respectively for me to think they'll have a favorable chance of making the final 6. Let me know what you guys think. Who are the teams that are going to make it through to the second round? Who are the teams that are going to make it through to the final 6? And are you guys excited for the World Championships? Let me know in the comments below. I'm super excited for the tournament, and I hope you are too.